It turned really cold here this week, and I've been working in the art studio with the wood stove on. I made another version of the bias silk dress, this time using scraps of green fabric. The wood stove is really not ideal for heating the studio, but it's all I've got at the moment. While I am somebody who really loves and appreciates more traditional or maybe old-fashioned ways of living, I'm definitely not completely attached to that. I can really recognize there are some amazing benefits of more modern technology, and having the stove in here as a form of heat has really made me realize how amazing a system of like central heating is. Like the way that you can make a space have a consistent temperature throughout. The reason I went for a wood stove in here is because we have a lot of wood from the farmland, and I thought it would be good to try and utilize that fuel. And while I still would like to do that, I am also wondering if it's really practical for me to have a wood stove as my only source of heating in the winter. It's going to get really cold tonight and then the next few days, and I'm not sure whether I will really be able to work in here, which is kind of frustrating because I've worked so hard on making this space, and to find that now it's not really practical to work here in the winter is actually really annoying. So it's something I'm thinking about, like if there's anything I can do to solve this problem. It's supposed to be very cold tonight, like -4 or something. So I'm just harvesting the last bits of this chard. The plants actually should survive the frost, but they probably won't be very nice, these leaves, once they've been frozen. Same for these last bits of lettuce. I've also got some kale here, which is actually looking okay, but I'm going to take a few leaves. The thing that is a little annoying is that my rocket is suddenly doing really well, but I don't think it's going to survive this frost. And it's just annoying because until only a couple of weeks ago, it was still so warm that I had a caterpillar problem on this. Now it's colder. It's looking way better, there's no caterpillars, but I think it's gonna get all killed by the frost. So I'm gonna pick everything that I can now. My wood chopping has improved slightly with some more practice these last few weeks. I've been wearing my linen check dress under this jumper that I made last year, and I really like wearing these together. It's very warm, and also I just think it looks really nice. I'm so happy to be able to wear whole outfits that I've made myself. It's such a good feeling. It's really like my main goal to be able to make or have some involvement in the creation of all the things I use. My original plan when I built this art studio is that I would work on making more of the kind of artwork I've made in the past and maybe build on that and create some new things as well. For now, I think I'm just going to make some more pieces in the similar style to my older work, partly because a lot of people seem really interested in that, and when I sold some of my older works, people have asked me if I'm going to make any more, and I do want to. I've been planning to, but other things just keep taking over. When I made pieces before, I made a lot of frames, and I've still got these that I could use. So I think I'm going to try and make some pieces to go in these frames, and I'm going to try and make maybe some more typewriter works. Like I made a few new ones a while ago and I do quite like them. So I think I'm going to try and do some more of those as well. When I want to get started on a kind of work that I haven't done for a while, and I maybe don't have a ton of ideas immediately, is to basically just reduce the pressure by allowing myself to do something I'm very familiar with, almost to like make something I've already made before, partly because it just saves a lot of time of the anxiety of wondering what to make and whether it would be good or not. It just skips me over that bit and gets me working and making. And also because I really find that it's when I'm making something that I get the further ideas. So I'm just going to start doing some of this, do something a bit similar to things I've done in the past, but I'm sure that once I start working with the process of it, I will have a lot of new ideas for things that I can try to like develop it on a bit. I've been working on this for about a day now, and I quite like how it's looking. I think it's not quite right. I need to add a bit more somewhere maybe. So as I'm doing this, I'm just basically building this up like organically, bit by bit. So this is a totally abstract thing, and I'm kind of putting it together just based on intuition. I kind of want it to feel natural, like it's balanced in the right way. At the moment, it looks okay this way, but I'm actually thinking at this point I'm going to turn it around, like upside down, and then see if that gives me any new perspective on what to work on next. Okay, it's just too cold in here. I am going to move my table closer to the stove because this part of the room, even though it has a lot more natural light, I'm just too cold. So while I cut this board, I might just explain a bit about this. I used to make these artworks and I sold some of my older work earlier this year, I think. And a lot of people have been asking me if I've got any more stuff for sale, and I didn't have any more, but I finally got round to making some new stuff. So even though it's new things, it's kind of in the similar style to the stuff I've done in the past, and hopefully, if I can get the pieces ready in time, I'm going to sell them before Christmas, and people, if they want, can buy something on my website. There aren't going to be very many things, but I am definitely going to make more in the new year, and I really want to spend more time on this next year. Ever since I built this art studio, I have been getting carried away with other projects like the Defender, Camper, and just doing things outdoors. But my original plan was to spend much more time doing this sort of work and actually like developing my art ideas further to come up with some new things and just make more, maybe have an exhibition or something like that. So that is kind of my goal for 2026, to put a lot more time into doing that. And if people want to buy stuff, then that would be amazing. And I will put the things probably in groups, like periodically. I will let people know and then I'll put things up for sale.